As a neurologist, I have patients walk into my office all the time who are genuinely terrified. They're suddenly forgetting things, their keys, appointments, even entire conversations with their partners. They all describe this baffling brain fog that seemed to pop up out of nowhere. What they don't realize is that a single, extremely common habit could be the very thing wrecking their memory while they sleep. It's a habit so baked into our culture that most of us just brush it off as normal, or even a sign of ambition. That in this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on exactly what that habit is. But more importantly, I'll show you the neurological evidence. What's actually going on inside your brain that explains how just one bad night can seriously mess with your ability to make and recall memories. Stick with me, because understanding this is the first step toward protecting the most valuable thing you have, your mind. Have you ever walked into a room and had absolutely no idea why you're there? Or fought for a simple word that's right on the tip of your tongue? Now imagine that feeling, but 100 times worse. Imagine waking up and not being able to clearly remember important things that happened just the day before. Not in a fuzzy, I'm a little tired way, but with a pit in your stomach because chunks of your life feel like they're just missing. This is a real-life experience for so many of my patients. These aren't elderly people. They're young professionals, students, parents in the prime of their lives. They're not in the age group where you'd expect to see major memory problems. The fear they feel is real, and it is deep. They worry about their jobs, their families, and their future, often asking me, "Doctor, is this early onset Alzheimer's? Am I losing my mind?" The panic makes perfect sense. Think about it, our memories are the fabric of who we are. They are the stories and the knowledge that build our identity. When that fabric starts to unravel, it feels like you're losing yourself. But for so many of these people, the cause isn't some scary progressive disease. It's the direct result of a habit that millions of us do every single day without a second thought. So, what is this habit that's so destructive? It's not doom scrolling on your phone, although that certainly doesn't help. It's not your diet, though that has its own long-term effects. The single most powerful habit that can, and absolutely does, trash your memory overnight is sleep deprivation. Now, hold on. When I say sleep deprivation, you might be thinking of an all-nighter for an exam or a serious case of insomnia. And yes, those are obviously terrible for you. But I'm talking about something way more common. I'm talking about consistently getting just 5 or 6 hours of sleep when your brain is screaming for 7 to 9. I'm talking about that one late night to meet a deadline, or staying out late on a Saturday and telling yourself you'll just catch up on sleep later. Our society almost wears sleep deprivation like a badge of honor. We sacrifice sleep for work, for fun, for pretty much everything, thinking it's just a passive dead time state that we can cut back on without paying a price. From a neurologist's perspective, that is a dangerously wrong assumption. Sleep is not your brain shutting off. It's an incredibly active and essential time for maintenance, for repair, and most importantly, for processing memory. When you cut it short, you are actively sabotaging your brain. Let's look at what's really happening inside your head when you skip out on a full night's sleep. This isn't just about feeling tired. It's about a critical systems failure in your brain. Every single day, your brain acquires thousands of new pieces of information, faces, facts, conversations, and experiences. These new memories are first held in a temporary storage area called the hippocampus. Think of the hippocampus as your brain's librarian. During the day, it collects all the new information. Then, during deep sleep, the librarian gets to work sorting through everything, deciding what's important enough to keep, and carefully filing it away in the neocortex for long-term storage. When you don't get enough sleep, that librarian is basically told to go home early. The filing system is shut down. All that new information from the day just sits there in a disorganized, unstable pile. The result? You can't form solid, new memories. This is exactly why students who pull an all-nighter before a big test often bomb it. They might have crammed the information in, but without sleep, the brain never actually saved it. Your brain has a region in the front called the right dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, or RDLPFC. This is your brain's executive control center. One of its most important jobs is to act like a filter, suppressing unwanted thoughts and distractions so you can concentrate. It's essentially your mental pop-up blocker. Brain scans show us something pretty astonishing. Just one night of sleep deprivation makes this area significantly weaker. Your focus control center basically goes offline. Suddenly, you can't filter out all the mental noise. Your mind feels scattered, thoughts are racing, and you're bombarded by distracting memories and ideas. This isn't just a feeling. It's a measurable collapse of your brain's control systems. All because you didn't get enough sleep. It gets even worse. Not only can you not form new memories, but a lack of sleep also messes with your ability to retrieve old ones. That same librarian, the hippocampus, is also key for finding and pulling up information you've already stored. When you're sleep deprived, the communication lines between the hippocampus and the rest of your brain get slow and spotty. This means that even memories you know are in there become much harder to find. It's that tip of the tongue feeling, but for everything. You know the answer, but your brain just can't seem to locate the file. And this problem with memory retrieval can stick around for a day or two even after you get some recovery sleep, which just shows how damaging a single bad night can be. Before I share my practical, science-backed strategies to help you protect your memory starting tonight, I have a question for you. Be honest. How many hours of sleep are you really getting most nights? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you're getting any value out of this, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button. My whole goal here is to give you the neurological tools you need to take control of your brain health. The great news is that for most of us, this kind of memory issue is completely reversible. You have the power to fix this, but you have to start treating sleep like it's just as important as your diet or your workout routine. Here is my 4-step prescription for better sleep and a sharper memory, and you can start tonight. The last 60 minutes before you plan to be asleep should be a dedicated wind-down hour. This is non-negotiable. It means zero screens, no phone, no TV, no laptop. The blue light from these devices hits a switch in your brain that stops the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time for sleep. Instead, read a real book. Listen to some calm music. Take a warm bath. The goal is to send a clear message to your brain. The day is done, it's time to start the vital work of repair. Your brain craves routine. Go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every single day. Yes, even on weekends. This stabilizes your body's internal 24-hour clock, your circadian rhythm. When your clock is stable, your body runs more efficiently, and that includes the process of falling asleep. Waking up at the same time is just as crucial as your bedtime, because it sets the rhythm for the entire day. And while we're focused on not getting enough sleep, it's worth noting that consistently oversleeping, more than 9 hours a night, has also been linked to cognitive issues. So consistency, not just quantity, is king. Avoid stimulants like caffeine for at least 8 hours before your bedtime. And be careful with alcohol. A glass of wine might make you feel sleepy at first, but it actually destroys your sleep quality later in the night. It's particularly brutal on your REM sleep, which is critical for emotional regulation and memory. Also, try to avoid big, heavy meals within 3 hours of bed, since digestion can interfere with your sleep. Look, this idea that we can somehow cheat sleep and still be at our best is one of the biggest and most destructive myths of our modern world. Sleep is not lost time. It is the time your brain is working its hardest to sharpen your mind, lock in your memories, and get you ready for the challenges of tomorrow. As we've seen, the consequences of even one night of bad sleep aren't just about feeling a little groggy. They are a real, measurable hit to your memory, your focus, and your ability to recall information. You have a choice. You can keep treating sleep like it's a luxury you can't afford, or you can start seeing it for what it is. The single most powerful tool you have for boosting your brain power and protecting your mind for the long haul. The best thing you can do for your memory doesn't come in a pill. It starts tonight. It's your commitment to your sleep. Don't just wish for a sharp mind. Build one night at a time. If this video helped you see just how critical sleep really is, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. For more science-based ways to get your brain working for you, not against you, make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell turned on so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching.